Welcome and hello to my amazing, wonderful, random friends and strangers all around the world. Today I am here to give a little bit of a life update, some exposition on what's been happening recently in my life and the plans for the wonderful and glorious future that lies ahead of us, hopefully. And also what we're gonna title this video as being, of course, tips and tricks for starting a vending machine business. Because that is one of the few things that I first thought about doing and was going through the proceedings of actually when I first came here. Because here was the thought process. Okay, I need about 700 and something euros per month as living expenses, all in all. A machine could probably net me about 300 maybe or so after product costs and rent and electricity and whatever else. So if I have two of those and I donate plasma every month, then I'm gonna bring my net expenses down to zero, and then I don't have to worry as much about, finding a job, the whole process and career hunt and jumping, and I can learn German in some relative measure of peace. But yeah, so that didn't exactly turn out well. The idea was that I was gonna go on Willhaben, the eBay equivalent of here, and be like, okay, I want a 10-year-old vending machine from anyone that just doesn't want it for as cheap as possible, and we'll see how it goes from there. The problem is that with this business model, at least in my experience, it wasn't so hard as the machine was to get than it is to find a place for it, especially when you don't speak the fucking language. That was the biggest issue of mine, because I had emailed a bunch of places and I got no response from them, all the while being in agreement with some dude that I found on Willhaben that I was gonna get their machine, and I just need some time to message and email and look around and walk around and talk to some, office managers, building property managers, stuff like that, and ask them, hey, can I put this in your place, and you'll get a cut of the profits and all of that. But yeah, by the time that I was looking and searching, he found a buyer that wanted it, so I was like, you know what, fine, okay. And then I realized that I was already just juggling way too much on my freaking plate, and I still am, because okay, here is the plan right now for life and how it is going. Because here's the thing, I am juggling like about 3 or 4 things right now. I'm juggling job hunting, learning German, studying, and also just learning how to live and socialize in a new place and just get myself situated and integrated. That's a fun word. Because the thing is, what's stopping me right now is that, okay, I want to restart the business again. That's the end goal. But the problem is, okay, to start a business, I need to have an income. To have an income, I need a job. To have a job, I need German, because everyone knows the job market, but it's just if you don't know German, you are blocked from about 80% of the jobs. And that is even including tech, by the way, which is supposed to be a lot more relaxed, and if you don't speak German, it's fine. At least from what I understand, that's how it was like 2 years ago or something like that, or a few years ago. Income to start a business. To get income, you need a job. To get job, you need German. To get German, you need time. And I don't have that freaking time. I don't want to be out of a job for like 6 months until I get my German to a good enough degree that I can just get a job and start everything again. And I've been doing nothing but studying German for the last 3 or 4 weeks by now. I understand the grammar. It's just really difficult, and it's really new, and everything depends on it. So I don't know. So that's the plan right now. Because how I'm gonna be doing this in the future is, okay, I want to do this business thing and try to make it run as best, as quickly, and as most efficiently as I possibly could. So I'm gonna be making as much money as I could on the side from a job, investing all of that into a dividend portfolio so I can have some income in the future, whether things work out or not. And I can just shoot as many shots as I need to in order to get this working. So that is where things are right now. I decided to do this right now, the video, and produce it and shoot it and all of that and upload it, because I want to get back into a semi consistent rhythm again until freaking God knows when things stabilize. And probably gonna be doing that every Sunday or so because that's just when I'm free. Like, I don't know how else to tell it to you guys. And yeah, as to when I will edit things more and, like, you know, polish up the stuff and all of that, honestly, I want to upgrade the camera. And like, this one is like, it's not a bad camera, honest to God. It's just kind of a bit old. And I kind of want something that's a bit better, that is, you know, a bit more polished, a bit more nice. And yeah, but that is not gonna be possible immediately. I have my eye on the Sony A7 triple I don't know, because that is a really good camera. I'm gonna like get back into, you know, making a more polished, edited kind of style, but that's gonna take time as well. And I don't know when I'm gonna be able to get to that. I think that as soon as I get a job, everything will kind of like simmer down and settle a bit more, because then like two of the biggest loads are just gonna be off my back. Sure, the job is gonna be there, it's gonna take time away, but I'm not gonna have to be worrying about finding a job and job hunting and hundreds of applications a week, and also learning German, which learning any language takes just a stupid amount of time. So I'd have a lot of time freed up from that, and I just have to focus on school and not failing my exams, because that's all I freaking care about. The whole entire point of a master's degree was just to get myself out of the country. That was it. So just not fail and then make as much money as I can and restart the business and make this content so I can just document it and talk about it and all of that. And yeah, I just want to talk a bit, I guess, and give an update so I'm just not disappearing again for 3 months nowhere and I lose all the consistency and rhythm and all of that. And yeah, this was just a whole bunch of rambling, but that's where I'm at right now. And yeah, I hope everything is going well for you as well, all 7 viewers out there. You are the best peeps in the world. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna see you next week then. Bye.